Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Mindset Kitchen podcast with your host, Chef Hashim, and my man Kareem. Hey Kareem, how's it going?
What's going on, Chef? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode. We are super excited to jump into this one. And Chef, as I was just telling you right before the episode started, it's crazy that we didn't even do this topic up until now. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what it is?
Okay, so today we are actually going to talk about the victim mentality or the victim mindset, let's call it. Yeah. I'm sure this is a term that many of us keep listening. Yeah. In today on social media, everywhere online, there are a lot of people talking about this. But I was just telling Kareem, this the idea for the episode actually, usually like every other episode, we had some instances recently. A week back, I was having a discussion with somebody, and we kind of had a very interesting discussion on this. And up until then, I was just telling Kareem, sometimes you read about it, but you really don't know how it affects people. Mm-hmm. And I kind of, saw firsthand maybe, and the person I was speaking to also, realized and was telling, what, yes, I think I have what they call, maybe, yeah. So today, I think, Kareem, we will actually try and unpack this, try to understand what it actually means to have a victim mentality or a victim mindset. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, what do you think of, like when I say victim mentality or victim mindset? What comes to mind?
Yeah. First of all, man, just to give you a advance warning, I have so much to say about this, so I can't wait to jump into this topic with you. But yeah, man, in terms of, just because I've had so much personal experience with this, and maybe I don't know if you had the same thing, but yeah, man, mm-hmm. like for victim mentality, it's all about, simply put, it's this notion of, why is this happening to me? Why does everything keep happening to me? And feeling like you are just, I always get this image in my head. I don't know why, whenever I think of victim mentality, which is this person just laying there, like just laying back, and everything, like life is basically just happening to him, everything is just happen, or her, like everything is happening to them. They are seemingly helpless. They have no control over everything, over anything. Everything is pretty much external, and it's happening to them. That's the strong image I get. What about you?
People who have this kind of mentality, right? They think life is happening to them rather than for them.
Yes.
Okay, like it's. I think it's not a tongue twister, but it's like a mind twister. Because when I read this, I'm like, what does this even mean? Like happening to them, yeah, for them. Like this. And when I actually go back, it actually what it means is when something that happening to you is something that you feel you have no control over sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, but when something is happening for you, like I think it's just wordplay, or end of the day you just have the feeling of you are more in control. Yeah.
Yes.
And the second thing, like you said, why me? Okay. And I remember
why not you? Yeah.
Yeah, and this is very funny because one of my very close friends, we used to make fun of him, like back in the days. We used to make fun of him, like his name, after his name we used to call him why me. It was like a joke, okay? Now, when I started reading about this, but I'm not saying he has victim mentality, but it is very funny. Like people generally, if you want to spot yourself or spot somebody who is actually struggling with this, yeah? I would not say who's, generally people who have this kind of mentality, usually they are, the result of a lot of situations that happen in their life and how they decide to look at life in general. So most of them, I would say, they are actually struggling with it, or many of them don't understand. But the easiest way to hold is, find them or spot yourself is the moment something happens, okay, specifically negative stuff. Yeah. Immediately, this is the question they'll ask, why is this happening to me only? Okay. And generally, these are the people who attribute all the negative actions done by others. Yes. Okay. As saying that, what, my life is like this because somebody did this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am here today. I'm not successful because someone else. So, yeah. So usually with victim mentality, what I've seen, or when I read, and even in person, experience, you can see this pattern most of the time, that people who attribute everything bad that's happening to them or has happened to them to somebody else. Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is something very, very interesting. Yeah.
And just to add to that as well, like, that's probably the biggest reason why it is the victim mentality, which is that it's because of something else, because of something external. If it's something that,
Yeah.
I'll give you like a classic example, maybe a business example, like on a sales call, for example, if I have like I have okay, I have a few sales calls that that took place recently that didn't go as I expected. There's two
Hmm.
ways that I could go about doing this. The old me, and something that I'm still trying to get better at, would say, "Oh, why does this keep happening to me? I'm not good at this. It's never gonna work out." For example, this is like victim. Why is it happening to me? Why nobody likes me? Or what we do. This is one way to look at it. Another way, which is to your point, chef, like literally taking back control, is what can I do better in my, let's say, presentation, in my delivery, in my approach, to improve upon the situation. Even when even when even when the like it doesn't even if it's the fact that maybe they don't like what it is. What I'm trying to say is, even if it ends up being an external case, it does not help you if you focus on that. You should focus on what's
Yeah.
within your control. Yeah.
I think a lot of it goes back to, we had discussed about the growth mindset. We discussed about the abundance mindset. I think everything is connected,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, most of the people who actually struggle with this kind of mindset or mentality, what they're end of the day saying is, I kind of don't like, I don't want to take responsibility for my life,
Hmm.
literally. So
Yeah.
like you were saying, everything that's happening, it's because of X, Y, or Z. Basically, like you said, they don't have control. Like, they don't
Hmm.
have control over everything, and they're like, what, there is no use trying as well. and
Yes.
and generally this is something, now thinking about it, just bringing back. So there are some situations at times when you meet a group of people, or when you're having this discussion with, maybe your friends or family, or at times there is this discussions where there is, you call these pity parties. Like, for
Hmm.
example,
Oh
like
man,
there
tell me
is
about it.
like no, you have like the, I'm more used to the opposite, like not pity, like motivation parties or something, like where everyone is sitting and talking, everyone is getting pumped up. But
Nice,
there are
nice.
times, for example, if you have three or four people who actually think alike, who have a victim mindset, they all will come together and they will start having a pity fest, like, and it's a complete, what happens, it becomes like a complete downer.
Yeah.
Okay. And usually people like this, what they thrive, I don't want to say thrive means it's like, they actively seek this out. Maybe they do, but I don't know. But in time, what happens, they become unconscious, like
Hmm.
subliminally, what they look for sympathy or in a situation.
Yeah.
And they get really used to this. So, when, let's say, tracking back, when you actually believe that everything that is happening is because of somebody else's mistake,
Yeah.
and any good that has to happen is also due to an external factor, from the get-go itself, it's like, before
Yeah.
you even start a race, or before you even start something, it's like the ultimate recipe for things not working out overall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just to add to that quickly, like there's a book I think I was telling you about it called the Happiness Advantage, which I've been reading recently, and one
Hmm.
of the I don't know if it was a chapter or a section, but it talks about these people who really think that everything is external, and you're absolutely right, man, because it's not just like the negative stuff. They blame something like an external factor, and the positive stuff they take credit for it. No, like these people really have something that needs to be addressed. And because even on the positive side, he would say, like, someone would get a raise, for example, or the boss would like praise them publicly in front of the team, and they don't really take credit for it. Like, in their minds they would say, oh, my boss is just nice, or he's just giving me a break, I don't really deserve that, or oh, I just got lucky. Like, they really have that complex of everything is completely out of their control. And I love what you said about the pity parties. I've never heard that term before, but that makes so much sense to me, because the most dangerous thing about pity parties, man, is that there is a positive reinforcement there. It's kind of like, you know, like it's almost, I imagine it's kind of like a drug where it's like, it's bad for you, but like, or smoking or whatever, like it's bad for you, but you do get a kick out of it. There's that, because when you're
Yeah.
surrounded by, do you know what I mean? When and this is really
Mm-hmm.
dangerous stuff, man, because when you're surrounded by people who are also complaining, and then you feel better because it's not just you, it's a bunch of other people, and everyone tells you, yeah, you're right, you know, your life really is tough, man, and he's like, I'm relaxed now. But then it becomes a problem.
Yeah, it's in a messed up way. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's like smoking or being on drugs. Like you get relaxed with something very messed up. Like, see,
Yeah.
anybody who might be listening, right? I don't want, because let's say you have these support groups usually, or you have this groups of like-minded people where people share. Yeah. I don't want you to this is not a pity party, by the way. It is sometimes
Yeah, yeah.
something more
It's different, yeah.
constructive. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But usually in these group circles, there is a person or two. Their job is to moderate this and actually give you solutions at times. Yeah. Pity parties are where, for example, you don't have nobody to moderate, or nobody is there whose job is to, okay, listen to you, but show you, okay, or discuss or take the discussion to a positive. So let's not get that mixed up. But,
Yep.
but coming back, Kareem, this pity party or this pity, this thing, how I came across is when I started reading about this, there was this very nice article that I came across, and I think beautifully, I think it is on lifehack.org, this website, and one article which amazingly summarizes this whole thing. So this is where I got this pity party terminology from. I did not come up with it, just FYI. So now just to quickly, give, just to understand, like how can you, let's say, now we've discussed, victim mentality and victim mindset. Now, if you were to actually say, how can I spot myself? Okay, let's forget about, pointing, okay, this person has a victim mentality.
Yeah.
Many of us, we don't realize sometimes we are also
In it.
in it. Now, for some of us, I think we are not wired like this. For me, if something goes wrong, right, I think the first person, I think is also not the best thing. I first blame myself for it, somehow. And maybe a bit of it, even we all engage ourselves in it. Yeah. But some people take it to a different level. So I think the first number one thing to actually find out, or maybe how you can spot yourself or spot somebody else, is all the problems they have, it's like a catastrophe for them. Like, for example, they catastrophize all the problems. Like even the smallest thing that happens is like end of the world. Yeah, this is one of the ways, a trait that you can actually notice in them. And so definitely when you, let's say today you had a flat tire, okay, or for example, you dropped your phone in water. Let's say this is the daily stuff that actually happens, okay, and this one thing happens and you feel like, there is an expression as if the sky came down or something.
Yeah,
The sky fell down and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So so this is one definite indication that you can see. And most of the time, people who usually come under this mindset also, I feel, they generally, the default setting is they feel powerless.
Yeah.
Like this is your default setting. Like some people are there who are motivated maybe, or some people who are like,
this is the default setting for them.
Yeah, like, is bad. This is, Kareem, like people who struggle with this or have this, sometimes I feel whenever I come across, I feel, it's like, I want to say like I feel them, I feel that struggle. Because there are some times when you feel powerless, okay? Like when I feel powerless in a situation, just imagine if you feel like this 24/7.
Of course, man. It's a terrible thing, and I'll be I'm very familiar with it on a personal level, and even on like in my family, there are people like that, that I'm like trying my best to help, as much as I can. But ultimately, you'll agree with me that these things, people really have to help themselves, when it comes to things like that. And I just want to go back to something extremely important that you mentioned earlier, which is, I'm gonna take this in a totally different direction now, because I'm like you, I like to take the blame for things. I like I'm the kind of guy who doesn't like to, I think you and I, man, are super similar. Maybe that's why we're doing this show. But like, I'm the kind of person who, I like to take the blame for everything. I don't like to make excuses. But this comes at a cost, as you know, you're very familiar with this, but it comes at a cost of, okay, stress, whatever. And so my question to you is, because I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and they basically said, like, not everything is your fault. And I was like, no, it is though. Like, it is. And they're like, yeah, but not really, because there's so many external factors. You cannot, like, you're not God. Like, you cannot control the world. But, and in my mind, they're saying, yes, but if I did this, then this person would have done that, then this person would have done that. So it's kind of in my control. And basically, my question to you now is, how do you, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, how do you balance the being like, okay, classic victim mentality, but also taking responsibility for stuff, but also recognizing what's in your control and focusing on that and what's outside your control? So this is a question for you, man, that I have.
Kareem, I'm prepared, bro. I think this is a very easy question.
Tell me.
It's just like
please.
a mix of, it's like you start with understanding that, things are not under your control, definitely.
Mhm.
Okay. You cannot, you cannot control. I'm going to directly quote from my obstacle is the way. Yeah.
Go.
Like you cannot control the outcome, but you can only control how you behave
Mhm.
after the outcome. Like, for example, yeah. So definitely the balance is, taking in my life, I also beat myself, like, for example, quite hard, like when something goes wrong, because for me it's easier to actually take myself responsible rather than blame him. Because what happens is, at times, even if I know there are 5 different people who are responsible,
Mhm.
getting them accountable and getting them to agree, or getting them to even acknowledge,
Yes.
okay, that there is I think it's easier to beat myself up rather than go through this hassle.
Yep.
Yeah. So balancing between this, I think it's like a muscle. I think you have to keep working on it.
Mhm.
So next time something goes wrong, and for me, again, it depends. Like you said, Kareem, you and me, we have this kind of muscle. So maybe it works for us because even though something goes wrong and we start blaming ourselves, the system, for me, it's easier to go through this rather than
Mhm.
going. So I don't know exactly how, but maybe it's a mix of, like, not having a fixed mindset, thinking, definitely I can do it better next time, and also a mix of obstacle is the way, where you don't worry about the outcome. Okay, this has happened. Khalas, khalas. Now, I don't have power over how it happened, but what I have power over is, like, what I have power is that, I can react better to this, or I can make it better next time, or something like this.
Right. So you're
So
saying
I
that
don't know.
what you and I are kind of suffering from is actually the opposite of victim mentality, but too much of that, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So maybe we can chill a bit. Like, for
Like
me,
too much
definitely I can.
responsibility, we feel.
Yeah, like for example, I like to chill out a bit. Now, for me, sometimes, honestly, okay, I'll be really honest. I don't want to. There are some situations I should chill. I don't want to chill,
Mhm.
because I know if I actually chill, one of the reasons I actually get stuff done is I put myself under a lot of pressure. Like, I really am very tough on myself,
Mhm.
even though, like you said, this always results in high stress. Okay, but I believe this kind of stress is very momentary.
Yeah.
Because the moment I actually achieve or establish that, accomplish that task, right, all of this stress just turns into some massive reward.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyways, I think, Kareem, we are going back to a loop of talking about us and how we actually do things. I want to come back to this
Yeah.
thing of feeling powerless. Yeah.
Go for
So
it. Yeah.
I said, but yeah, it's a very good discussion. We definitely need to have it again. But so one of the things I was saying is, you people generally with this mindset, they think all of smallest problems are like catastrophes in their life.
Mhm.
They feel quite helpless. And the one of this very, very important things. Yeah. Now, ideally, where I started thinking about victim mindset is this one thing. Yeah. So I was having this discussion, and somebody was telling me, like, they were speaking to somebody else, and they both agreed, or one of them agreed, that
Mhm.
they believe that everybody out there, or everybody out there in this world, or the people you meet in your life, that everybody's out there to get you.
Out to get you.
For
I was
example.
gonna say, yeah.
And honestly, right, like, I know I don't believe this manner, but like, there was a time in my life I used to believe, like, I don't believe that everybody out there is out there to get you, but you have to be careful.
Mhm.
Okay. But and this person, for example, or whoever I was talking to, this is not somebody telling me. It's a discussion between 2 people, and one of them is actually really believes this very strongly. And so I was actually thinking, like, just imagine if this is how you believe, how difficult your life is going to be.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
imagine going out to the store. Just imagine going out, making friends. Just imagine opening, like, you will never make friends.
Yeah.
You will never get work done, because your default setting is that, okay, this person is out there to get me. This
Yeah.
person wants to harm me. This person wants to cheat me. I'm like, man, that is some serious stuff. Yeah. So the point is, if any of you listeners, yeah, if you think, if you have this default setting, I mean, you guys really, really need to I don't know, reverse engineer this. And so, speaking
Yeah.
about this, Kareem, now I think we spoke about some of the traits that you can spot. So, I think I will go with the first solution. How can you actually or reverse this or change this?
Yeah.
Definitely, it's not something that you can do overnight. But the number one step, like any other challenges that you have, is actually acknowledging that you have such limiting beliefs
Yep.
or understanding. So, how do you think? Like, what do you think, Karim? Like, do you think it's a good step to actually begin with? Like, first step, you can actually think, okay, you know what? I have these challenges.
Yeah, man. I have 3 steps written down here, and this is you and I think share the first step, and I think as well that people might hear you and I talking about this and be like, and you'll be like, guys, I'm not that bad, or like I'm not that severe, which is actually the most dangerous thing, because sometimes you could be you could be victim mentality, situation based. So this might not be your life, which is a great start. You were talking about people who this is their life, but what if it's situation based? What if it's like just one conversation with one person, or one situation that you tend to, and whenever that situation happens, you fall into that old habit. So definitely, man, I agree with you. The first step is definitely to realize you're in it. And to build on that, like the second step, I would say, I'm just conscious of our time today, is something I learned from Dale Carnegie, bro. Like our boy Dale Carnegie, who wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People, and he wrote like a bunch of other books, including one called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, which I actually like more than his most famous book. And he has this concept called, you're gonna love this, bro. It's called Live in Day-Tight Compartments, and he's talking about ships, most ships and boats, when they're built, if one section starts to sink or malfunction, this section is by itself. So the boat, all the sections have to sink. Have to stop working for the boat to sink, but one section will not affect the rest. And he said that, look, most people are worried about like the past, and more importantly, they're worried about the future. And so he's saying, if you can just make it till tonight, like make it till the end of the day, then khalas, that should be the most you should look to is like dinner, and like that's it. And then tomorrow is another day. Like you don't even know if you'll make, like, every day is a different day. You don't even know if you'll make it. And just take each day by day, and you should prevent yourself from thinking beyond that day. What do you think of that?
Yeah, bro. I think this applies to I think it applies to many of the, like, the moment you're in a path of, let's say, self-correction or realignment. Let's say, if you want to fix something, I think this is a very, very valuable way to look at it. Like you take one step, let's like baby steps, and I think the way it is mentioned is right when you think about it. Like you go section by section, yeah. And what maybe another thing I would like to add to this as well is, see, again, there is a lot of negative vibe. Okay, generally, I don't want to say this, people who have, or they find themselves with this kind of mentality or mindset, there is a lot of negativity around how they think. And we've discussed this in many different episodes, okay? And we even did an episode called Gratitude. Yeah. If you connect this, there is a very big chance of the opposite of gratitude. Yeah. Like people, they're not grateful generally of the things that they have. So one of the things that you can actively practice to counter these negative thoughts is, you have to start heavily having a routine or some sort of thought process where you start becoming, have an attitude of basically of gratitude. So what happens is, when you are grateful, you feel like something is not there, or something is this is somebody else's, or I have no power. Think of positive stuff. So gratitude is usually connected with positivity, because the whole angle of this victim mentality is of negativity and scarcity. So maybe the straight opposite. You start literally, if this is what it is all about. It's all gloomy. Everything is, the world is going to end kind of a mentality. So maybe
every day everything is catastrophic, like you said.
Yeah, so definitely maybe, adopt an attitude of, being grateful or have gratitude. And last, and I think it is very easy said than done, is you have to actively practice like gratitude, and at the same time actively practice positivity.
Yeah.
So it's like the self-talk. The moment you feel a negative thought, there should be a rule, or it's like a workflow, as we call it.
Workflow.
Something should trigger inside your mind.
Yeah.
Where the moment you think something negative, there should be a positive thought as well to it.
100%.
I
And
don't know, something like that.
just to build on that, Chef, real quick, I guess the third point from my side was going to be the inverse of that, which is try and simulate, and this could be tough, but try and simulate what's the worst that could really happen if what you're saying is true.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Is it really that bad? What would you do if that happens? And chances are you'll probably be all right. And then spend your time focusing on how you could, of course, avoid that situation in the meantime, but come to peace and terms with the fact that even if that were to happen, you know what? It won't be ideal, but I'll know what to do at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that makes, and definitely, after, I'm sure we gave you some tips or pointers like how to spot it and some things that you can actually do, how to counter it. But definitely after you listen to this, or, maybe some of you have always felt or recently discovered that, they might have parts and bits and pieces of this kind of mindset. Definitely it also, we don't usually say this about a lot of, but if you have this kind of mindset or you feel you have parts of this mindset, definitely I think you should reach out, maybe discuss this.
Yeah.
Not with
100%.
your friends sometimes, but maybe reach out, because looking at it, I think this can really, really drag people down. It will not let you go ahead. Like a lot of other things that you have, kind of mindset we discuss, still, it can still move ahead. But the victim mentality, actually what it does is, I feel it takes you deeper and deeper into whatever abyss or, that, negative vibe or trip that you're in.
100%.
So definitely, consider maybe reaching out, to somebody who you think can actually help as well. So Kareem, having said that, I think we are on time today.
Yep.
And definitely, guys, let us know what do you think specifically. If there is something more, this is a very interesting topic as well. If you feel you want us to actually maybe do one more episode on this, we'll be more than happy. So apart from that, as usual, make sure you guys subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what do you think. We will catch you guys in the next episode. Until then, have a good week, guys. Take care and bye-bye.
Bye, guys.